viewers want to know of a Muslim country where women empowerment is not just a topic but is being practiced even in parliament and judiciary. Do you want to know of a country which is fully democratic and which has the highest literacy rate and human index? We are not talking about any other country but Tunisia, which is the northmost country. So we are here at the Embassy of Tunisia with the Ambassador, His Excellency Adel Elarbi. Thank you so much, His Excellency, for your time. Before the formal start, I would like to introduce my co-anchors. On my left is Fam Nasser, and next to her is Mr. Nasser Habib. So, Excellency, first of all, I would like to know the rich history of Tunisia.
Thank you for the question. First of all, I would like to welcome you all to the Embassy of Tunisia, and I must say that you are doing good job and you are progressing quickly, and this is very good for the image of Pakistan, and I feel very comfortable to work with your team. So all best luck, and I wish you all the best. So your question was about Tunisian culture. How to start? So Tunisian culture is very diverse. We are a very old country, and the strategic position of Tunisia in the heart of the Mediterranean made this country as a crossroad of many civilizations. So one word with which I can explain the Tunisian culture, it's a mosaic. So Tunisia is 3,000 years of history, and its position made her as a destination for many civilizations and many dynasties. The native culture of Tunisia is Carthage, the city of Carthage, 3,000 years ago. And after that we have the Roman Empire, and we have also the Ottomans, we have the Vandals, we have also the Muslims, the Arabs, and the French. So you can notice this, all these civilizations mixed in the Tunisian people, in the Tunisian architecture, Tunisian arts, Tunisian museums, Tunisian mosques, Tunisian churches, Tunisian synagogues, everything. So you can find all these in the Tunisian culture.
Excellency, how difficult is it? As you mentioned, there are people from all religions, all faiths, and even. So how difficult is it to make them living together with love and peace, having different faiths?
Tunisia is a Muslim culture, is a Muslim country. Let's be clear. So 90% of Tunisians are Muslims, but we have minorities, Christian minorities and Jewish minorities, and they live with harmony because the religion is not a reference. The reference is the Tunisian nationalities. They are all Tunisians, they live in harmony, and there's no difference of behavior or of treatment between all these Tunisians. So if you are Tunisian, we don't care according to Tunisian law if you are Muslim or Jewish or Christian. So the government and people, they treat these citizens as citizens. So they have their rights, they are protected by law, and they behave as citizens. That's all. So the religion is not a criterion to make the difference between them, and it is very old. It's not in law. So the Tunisian identity. When I spoke about the Tunisian history, so it forms the Tunisian identity. So we are accustomed to that from many years ago, from thousands of years ago. So this is the result of our very diverse and this contrast to Tunisia from thousands of years ago. So this harmony exists even in our soul, our culture, and our identity. So there's no difficulties.
Tunisia is an example or model for all us Muslim countries when it comes to women empowerment, when it comes to living with minorities and harmony, interfaith harmony. So what's about people of different faiths? How do they have any kind of hatred, or I just want to know in different countries, even in Pakistan, incidents take place among people of different faiths. So how do you describe people of different faiths in Tunisia? Even you mentioned Jews are there. So how do you describe people from different religions, let's say, living together without, because I don't see incidents of attacking each other? And
So thank you very much for calling Tunisia as a model. But sorry, we are not a model. We are just different. No country is a model for another country. Every country has its specificity, its reality, its history, and the mentality is shown through this background, through this history. So as I told you, the Tunisian culture, the Tunisian harmony, so we don't see the faith in Tunisian. We see only Tunisian, as I told you. We don't see that. So if you go to Tunisia and you find people wearing very traditional suits or very traditional dresses, everything, you can find people like Europeans, you can find people like Arabs, Muslims, conservative people, and they are all Tunisians. So we live together in that spirit, in that logic. So the Tunisian first. This is our identity. This is our nationalism. So our constitution protect the freedom of faith and the freedom of practicing their own religion. So there's no punishment or no social punishment or legal punishment for that.
No, this is a very good thing, because if we see like if we include faiths everywhere, that causes problem. So like if we talk about the country first or its people first, then we can have peace. Like
That's right. That's very right. This is the role of the governments. This is the role of the government and of the civil society also. Don't forget the civil society is very important to make this harmony living among all people. So
tolerance and patience come from the people.
yes, and the concept of respect. So you must respect each other. You are all Tunisian. You are all equal. So the faith is not a criterion to make a difference between people from the same country or from the same nation.
Okay, Excellency, I would want to know that, do you think literacy is the secret behind women empowerment in Tunisia?
It's one of the factors that make Tunisian woman as a powerful woman. It's not like power as the opposite of men. Yeah. No, it's her presence in all the fields, in parliaments, in diplomacy, in the government, in judiciary, in everywhere. She's present, and we must not forget also that woman is the first school, because our children, before going to school, they are educated by their parents and especially mothers.
So would you also say that it's the tolerance of Tunisian men?
yes, it's tolerance, but it's also general logic, or it's a political choice from the beginning, from our independence, and this mentality was educated to Tunisian people from the beginning that this is a solution, and it worked.
I would love to hear again, as you mentioned in our previous interview, the role of women and their participation in different organizations or different institutes. What is average or roughly or tentative percentage of women in judiciary, in different organizations? If I want to know for my viewers, in terms of percentage, rough percentage.
In terms of it depends on fields. There are sectors where women are more than men, for example.
There is a field.
There are some sectors, fields that women are more than men. I don't have the figures in my mind, but let's say that in judiciary we have, I think, more judges than men, women.
More women judges in judiciary, Republic of Tunisia has, than men. So decisions are mostly inclined towards women favor?
No, this is normal. So you feel that it is new or this is strange, but if you ask a Tunisian citizen or Tunisian man in the street, so he will not feel this thing as a new thing. In education, in health, also the woman is very present. Our new government, the unity government of our Prime Minister, we have 8 women ministers in the government. And it was a political choice. So our president, he advises that the presence of young people and women, because the imprint of women could be felt in all the political choices, in all the policies, social, economic, and even political policies.
Yeah, when I say Tunisia is a model for our Muslim countries, or let's say your world different from other Muslim countries, in terms of women, usually the entire world connects us with entire women kind of stuff. We don't see that much women participation in parliament, in executive places, in judiciary as you have. So it's a positive image, soft image of Muslim country in the world. That's why I was saying it a model for other Muslim countries.
It's a positive image, and I must say even our religion, Islam, it is in Islam already, so it's not innovation. So this is the values of Islam if they are understood. Islam respected women from the beginning, and if we interpret the version of Quran, we can find women everywhere, in business, in education, in religious affairs, in judiciary, in everywhere. So in trade also. So the first wife of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, she was a businesswoman, successful businesswoman. So in this reflect all the philosophy of Islam.
To bring women everywhere in all fields, as you gave an example of peace be upon him. He is a wife of a successful businesswoman. But this thing is not being practiced in all Muslim countries.
Yes.
I'm not criticizing any Muslim country, but it's
So-
not being practiced in that number of percentage or quantity,
Yes.
or in numbers as it is being practiced in Tunisia.
The problem is not in Islam. The problem is in the practice of Islam, as you said. This interpretation of Islam and the good willing to understand Islam in favor of what we are feeling, in favor of justice, in favor of equality, in favor of emancipation of women. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make people equal. And this is in many, we find this in many versions of Quran. And I agree with you that some practice are, the origin of these practices are linked with the understanding of Islam. So Islam is not only reading Quran, or it's a practice, it's a way of life. So that's why when you are Muslim country, this beautiful religion, so we should see and notice the good values of tolerance, of equality, of good behavior in practice. And this is and we are honored to be a part of this beautiful religion, Islam.
So, Excellency, how do you see women empowerment in Pakistan?
Yes, I see that woman is a Pakistani woman is there also. So I see two journalists. Let's yes, out of three. So I see that you are more than men in your staff. For example, even in parliament, in politics, in business. So I saw many very active women, and they are there. And you should valorize this, because the world should see this part of Pakistan, this side of Pakistan. We are civilized nation, and we have very progressive laws, and woman is present in all fields, and this is something valuable for Pakistan.
Especially in the recent years, you're definitely right that we can actually see it happening in Pakistan too. Let's hope it goes to the other areas too. But along with that, I would want to know, we're talking about democracy of Tunisia. So is there freedom of for press too over there?
Yes, we can say proudly that and I'm not in the good position to speak about my country, but you can consult all the specialized institutions, international institutions, United Nations, European Union, and all the countries that Tunisia has succeeded to establish its new democracy. And I think the most important thing is the freedom of speech in Tunisia, and it is practiced. You can notice that in our mediatic sphere in Tunisia.
I see and I love Arabic calligraphy or Islamic calligraphy by your calligraphers, Tunisian. So which kind of message it gives? Can we connect the world through this kind of art? How can we connect? Because it gives a message of love and peace.
We are the same. We are the same. So we are only, this is only in so far geographic position. But now the geography is not important, since we can see each other with this communication and this media and everything. You can notice also the Arab calligraphy is the same article are used in Urdu. Yeah. So this is, we can start from this. So, and I have the program to make to invite calligraphs from Tunisia and to connect them with the Pakistani calligraphs, and they bring with them their painting or their calligraphy to see what are the similarities and to find what is the common ground of this art. And there are many other fields, even in music. When I listen to Pakistani music, I can feel Tunisia in this music. Yes, of course, this is true. And the Tunisian music is also mixed music. We can feel Andalus, we can feel Turkish, we can feel Arabic, and we can feel Berbers, because Tunisians, the native identity is Berbers. We are the Amazigh or Berber people. So all these civilizations, they came to Tunisia, and they form this mosaic of the Tunisian identity.
So do you think arts plays an important part in culture and literature?
Yes, of course, it plays a huge role in connecting people, in respecting the diversity of people. And because, as we know, sometimes people, they don't believe, or they are not very connected to the political speeches and everything. But if they feel that they are similar with other nations or with other culture, I think it produces a new dimension of connection or of interfaith and of dialogue between such civilizations.
Excellency, you just mentioned the calligraphers. You are inviting them here.
I hope so that they will come. So I'm working on that.
Is there a tentative plan, like in months, in weeks? We can expect them here in Pakistan?
I'm trying to bring them because there was a first tentative, but it was postponed. So the principle is there. So it's some logistics between the Pakistani authorities and Tunisian authorities to bring them here and to show their work to Pakistani people, and to see how much we are close and how much we are similar and how much we are the same human composition.
Yeah. So let's move on bilateral relationship between Pakistan and Tunisia.
I'll show you some examples. This is some photos from Tunisia. So all these are Tunisia. This is Roman time. This is Andalus, from Andalusia, from Spain. And this is also Roman. And you can say here, for example, if you can notice here the photo, this is Berber, the Amazigh culture in Tunisia. And also the Muslim civilization, you can see, I don't know if you can see the mosque of Zaytuna here. And this is the mosque of Zaytuna in the city of Tunis. It's a very famous and old mosque in Tunis, the capital of Tunisia. That's why I'm usually saying that Tunisia is very diverse, and you can find a mosaic of culture, and the dialogue of civilization, the interfaith dialogue is there in Tunisia from many years ago.
So Excellency, now I would want to know more about the festivals and the cuisine of Tunisia. Please tell us something about it.
Yes, of course, yes. It is part of our identity also. In Tunisia, we have very important festivals. Tunisia is a very touristic destination, so we receive a lot of tourists every year. Most of them are from Western Europe because we are very close to Europe. So Tunis, the capital, is between 1 hour and 2 hours flight to almost all the European cities. That makes the European tourists come to Tunisia. And we have some Russians, some Japanese and Chinese coming to Tunisia because we invested in that sector, tourism sector, from our independence, and we have a very good tourism infrastructure in Tunisia. So the festivals in summer is a part of these attractions. So there are people, they come to just to attend the important or the very famous stars that they come to Tunisia. We have Carthage Festival, which is very well known in the Arab world, and we have also the symphonic music of El-Jem. So we receive international and well-known symphonic bands. I don't know the word, from Vienna, from Russia, from Ukraine, from many, from Italy, many countries well known of symphonic music, because we have a very interesting international festival of symphonic music in El-Jem in Tunisia. And also we have our traditional festivals which are very famous in the desert. Also we have festivals that gather all the cultures from the region, from Algeria, from Morocco, from Libya, to show the Saharian music, the Saharian foods.
We actually witnessed that on the National Day.
Yes, yes.
See all the sweets and all the cuisine that you would represent.
Yes.
So, Excellency, how do you see the relationship between Pakistan and Tunisia in future?
In future, so I'm very optimistic, and I can say proudly that Tunisia and Pakistan enjoy very good relations. I must say excellent relations, political relations. So, but we must work hard to concretize this political capital between Tunisia and Pakistan in tangible projects in all fields: economy, partnerships, investment, culture, trade. So we must work hard to be at the level of our political excellent relations. I know that the goodwilling, the political willing from Pakistan and Tunisia is there. So there is no problem in that. So, but as we see that Pakistan is a very important country, and it's very busy of its immediate environment. You have huge countries around you, and you are busy with China, with Turkey, with Afghanistan, with India. So Tunisia is the same. Tunisia is very near to Europe, and 80% of our trade is with Europe. And there is also Africa, the young continent with a very big and very strong, yes. So the market of Africa is huge. And this is a message for Pakistani businessmen. Tunisia is a big gate for the European Union and for the African market. Please come to Tunisia and invest in Tunisia, and you will re-export from Tunisia to the European market and to the African market, which is huge. That's why I must say that we should work hard. I'm in contact with many Chamber of Commerces to invite them to visit Tunisia, to meet with their counterparts in Tunisia, to discuss with them, and to see what are the opportunities offered by the Tunisian government. The same for the Tunisian businessmen also. I'm trying to attract them to come to Pakistan, because the Pakistani government is offering huge opportunities for foreign investors.
Well, as you invited the Pakistani business community, it's really a gateway to Europe, your country. So do you have any special relaxation or visa for business community so that they can get it easily?
Yes, of course. Yes, I'm doing that every day. So if there is a contact between businessmen, we will not make an obstacle for them. and we can manage to give them special treatment for visa. So this is not a big problem.
That's not so that. Do you have any kind of business council so that both sides are facilitated by interacting with each other, or are you planning to do something like that?
Yes, we have a business council, but it needs to be refreshed. It needs to be more active, so we can meet more with between Tunisian businessmen and Pakistani businessmen.
Lastly, I want to know about the sports, because I've never heard any kind of sports from Tunisia side. So is there any special sport that you guys do?
Cricket in Pakistan is football in Tunisia. So the most famous sports in Tunisia is football. So we have many other sports also, and we are very, we can say, in a good position in the African continent. The handball, the volleyball also is there. In swimming, we are very strong, and because we have a lot of beaches, so it's in our mentality to swim in the beach, and so that make the swimming sports very important. Recently, I think we have the World Cup of Pitang. Pitang, you know what does it mean? No. Pitang, the bull like this. So this is a World Cup recently. Sports. Yes, sports is very important in Tunisia, and also it's a way to make nations closer to each other. Sports is very important, and nowadays we are speaking about sports diplomacy, like yes, cultural diplomacy and sports diplomacy. It's very important to make the nations coming together.
Yes, true that. Thank you so much, Excellency.
You're welcome.
The aims that you have are very inspiring, especially when it comes to bilateral relations between Pakistan and Tunisia. So let's hope we get them. So ladies and gentlemen, this is what we have from Tunisia for you. And you know you have to go there, because that is where culture actually lies. Thank you so much for watching.